Everybody, welcome to the Tuesday Night Live. You might hear in the background a little bit of a humming. I'm just running the freeze dryer. Should be done in the next 15 minutes. Just running some candy on that. We'll unpack that on the live. But smoking on the Tango Mango. What about you guys out there? How's everybody out there in the audience doing? Let me know if you can hear. I turned on the reduced background noise for now, so hopefully it's not too bad. But let's turn up some of this background music. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. What's up, old guy? Hope you're doing well today. Short High, Corey. What do you guys have going on in the garden right now? What's up, Blazin? What's up, ADM? Hope you're doing well. Medicine Man, it's good. Say that. Hope you're doing well tonight. Oh, nice. You're trimming that up? How you get some good terps off that Blue Sunset Sherbet? I think I fucked mine when I tried it, so yours is looking way nicer. You probably can get that actual expression what it's supposed to have. Old school. Hope you're doing well. For the people that are just joining in, you may hear a little bit of a hum in the background. It's only going to go for about 15 more minutes, and then we'll shut that off. And nice. Oh, that sounds really good there, old guy. This is some good sounding place there. Oh, you're harvesting. You're harvesting right now. That's awesome. It's always a good day when you're chopping things down. Yeah, I got some harvest coming up right now. I got one this weekend, one on the 1st, and then one on the 15th. Nice. Hey, AJ, hope you're doing well. Hey, Franklin. Oh, you did get the smaller trellis. Yeah, how did that work out? Was that probably a fair bit easier to train through? Maybe you can really control your net a little more. Oh, nice. There you go. Short High. What's up, Bubba? By the way, are you just not proud of the way it turned out on like the actual run or the training method? Because going from the 6 to the 3-inch net should have really helped. 6%. Hold on, let me double check. So yeah, 6%. Yeah, no, for sure, man. I'd love to see how it turned out. If you have some of it still going. Yeah, Medicine Man. I think my flies on the United States and Europe are both 6, but I think UK is only 5%. I don't know why it's different, but and I don't even know if that's still active. It probably is still active. Yeah, EU is only 5. What's up, MDG? Hope you're doing well. Anybody is it welcome to come up and show your grows? I know there's a couple of people that are going to be coming tonight that said that we want to do, so we'll see. What's up, Pitts? Yeah, I know they're definitely doing pretty good. Indoor, outdoor. Hope you're doing well tonight, man. Yeah, I've had a good night. I'm a little sick right now. I got that hum in the background. I got some stuff on the freeze dry. It should be done. I thought it was going to be done at 6.5 hours, but it might go for 7 hours. It's just candy, though. It's not hash yet. Moonwater. Hope you're having a good evening. Susan Scrogger. Hope you're doing well. All right. Yeah. Let's do that. I can put you. You want me to put those up, Bubba, or is that just for checking later? What's up, Cat Claus? Hope you're doing well this evening. All right, let's get you up here.
Yeah, what's happening? What's happening? Say that. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're coming in good.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, this the next run I got going on in here. As you can see, I put the smaller trellis net in here.
Yeah, I see that.
Train them out the best I could.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get more control using the smaller trellis. With that, though, going with the elastic will still stretch on you. Like those black elastic ones, they'll still stretch on you. That's why I like to go with the white ones that you kind of cut off of the roll.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But because you're going to notice that on the corners, you're going to have bigger than 3-inch squares as opposed to your center on those. And it's just how the elastic works. But it's easier than doing that with a 6 still.
Yeah. It's way
good,
better.
Though, man. You got good
out there. I appreciate it. I mean, this is the last one was more like more support because of how they was big, and I couldn't really train it like I wanted to. So this is like the first real training I got of this tent right here.
Yes.
Because I already got one into my my little tent I got over here. And I already got a net over in there. So I've been trying to train on that one. But it's a little bit easier dealing with, a couple plants, 3 plants in a smaller than it is dealing with something this big, just starting out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking good. It is looking good. Like I said, if you go with that next trellis net, I think you'll get more control next time. But I think that even if you retuck some of them, like up that side, if you kind of bring those back in, if you're not ready for it yet, you could still work with this, man. You just gotta maybe push it. Are you in flower yet? Did you say?
No. They've been in here transplanted for this is probably they've been in here for a week, for about 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and I just put the. Go ahead.
I think that if you definitely train it in over the next couple of weeks and stuff like that, I think you can still get a nice full canopy before flipping, even with this stretchier kind of elastic, because you do have enough room to pull it down on those edges. Yeah,
I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, man. I think it's too early to tell when you said you were worried about the run. I think that you still have some good time to fill this in.
Yeah, the one I was worried about was the one in my little tent. Give me a second.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about this one. I'm like, no, you still got time on that.
Give me a second. Where I'm at, it's kind of about to get dark for a minute, so let me open it up.
Right here.
All right. This was the small tent over here. And then I'm thinking, I'm having a lot of problems over here with this side. Get you in here a little closer.
Yeah, she's getting away on you a little bit. That's all. It just was vegged at the lower stage a little bit too much.
Okay.
Yeah, you just whatever time it took you to start, maybe just dial it back like an extra week or a week and a half next time, and I think that you'll fill it in a lot more evenly. It's just getting used to the space and running it.
Yeah, this one is in flower already. I got it. It's about a week in the flower.
Yeah. No, I think that's all that's happened on that one. That one's just a little bit longer of a little stretchier replant, if you will, and I just needed a week less of veg time in order to be even on that.
Okay. It's starting to fill out more because you see the deficiency it had. It slowed it down a little bit. And I kind of think I got it dialed in. I've been giving it general hydroponics, the 3-part nutrients, and silica and cow mash.
Yeah, that's gonna help you, right? Even making sure that you're hitting the aminos for the calcium uptake. That's a lot of people get calcium. I say this a lot of the time too. A lot of people get calcium deficiencies in the stretching part of flower because your plant's trying to put on so much extra biomass at a rapid rate that calcium needs to be used at such a high rate, and it doesn't make it to the cell walls in time if you don't have enough uptake available to you. So if you're growing, you said in the hydroponics, so you're doing hydroponically, you're gonna maybe have to rely on those aminos a little more than somebody that's doing organics and may appear within their soil itself through processes, right? That's why
the soil is ocean pores. So when I transplant them into the soil, these two over here, they did great. A little bit of shock, but not too much.
And you don't see the deficiency on that side as much.
Yeah, there's two different genetics in her. These two right here are the same cherry cookies by Canut Seeds. Yep. And this one right here is the keys by Canut Seeds. And you see the two in the middle kind of look so similar. But when I transplanted it all together, this one, it looked like my last run that I did with this. It just like real thin, and
it's just
like I said, has the deficiency going on with it.
Yeah, well, it's getting the calcium deficiency because it's growing faster and bigger than the other plant is, so it's going to be utilizing that calcium more because it needs it for the cell walls. Right, the calcium needs to form calcium pectate in the cell wall. And if it's not making it there, then you'll get that deficiency. And you notice how this plant is so much bigger than the other two. It's just needed it more as it grew because it was stretching more. And you'll notice that with some of the bigger plants is they'll pop those deficiencies faster because it's needed in more abundance.
Okay.
So it was sufficient because it stretched. If it didn't stretch, if it went like those other two, you probably would have been just as green. It's just because that has extra biomass that needed more nutrient to fill that biomass. If that makes sense.
I get what you're saying because like I said, last week it started darkening out, and then it started lighting up a little bit within the next feed, next watering. It was kind of letting me know it needed a little bit more, or I was kind of a little late on it.
Yeah.
But I'm dealing with we got bad weather right here, and my heater's not the best, so I'm trying to battle with the temperature and humidity. But I got it in my mind, if I keep the VPD at a certain range, it'll all work out. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just my idea of thinking.
Well, yeah, when you have the VPD in range, there's 9 parameters that you need to pay attention to in plant growth. There's 5 on the shoot zone, there's 4 on the root zone. And when you have VPD in check, That's really two of the 5 parameters that are in your shoot zone: humidity and temperature. Right. The other ones is going to be it's going to be light, CO2, and actual wind velocity are the other ones that your plant needs on the shoot zone. So when you have those 2 in check, then you're dialing in a portion of your growth. So that is a good thing to make sure you're following.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think a friend of mine was telling me I need to start adding in CO2 little containers in here.
Yeah. The CO2 will help. What's your PPFD, or do you know the PPFD that you're running?
No, I don't know. I don't have a meter to check it.
And do you grow where you're growing right now? How close is it to the areas in which you live, like where you spend time on the couch or what have you? Right? Is it right beside that?
This is like in a little spare bedroom.
Oh, okay. But when you have that a lot of the times you won't even need supplemental CO2 if you're growing close enough to where you're living, because you're exhaling it anyway, then it's being pulled in.
Okay,
Once you get your PPFD above 900, that's when you really are going to start to need the CO2.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know these lights ain't the best for the tent. I'm working on trying to save up to get some more lights that properly fit this tent.
Oh, everybody starts somewhere, man, and you're doing well with what you have, right? It's just
you're
learning.
You should see my my very first run. I took something like this, a little bit smaller, and I drilled holes at the top, and I used bulbs like these and the more thicker bulbs. I used them thinking that's how you grow. This was like way back in 2014.
Yeah.
It wasn't legal here. I couldn't get the equipment. All I could do is research a little bit and just say, okay, let me try to do it identical to how you doing it with what I can find. And man, it was real. And on top of that, I was using I think it was Scott's Grow soil.
Oh yeah. Yeah, back in the day, probably. Yeah, there wasn't really a lot of stuff that was available. You kind of had to do that and use as generalized as you can for fertilizer.
Yeah. This is like nowadays it's a lot more better getting the right equipment. It's just finding that good equipment. Like I said, I was thinking when I got these lights, I'm like, well, hey, I got a 4x4. These is for 2x2. I can get 2 of them. It's going to equal up the coverage. And no, it's not.
I just want to figure out what this guy is trying to mean. So when you're asking what's keeping your plant from expressing a terpene profile, are you meaning like you getting no terpene coming off your plant? Because when you start to get issues with that, depending on what you have for trichome development, you might want to start looking into things like oscillating, or you might want to, or just if your temperatures are cold enough, then you're not going to actually volatile off the terpene, so you won't smell it. But it's probably not to do with being too cold and not smelling it that way. It's going to be. You may want to look into things like hops, because it's called the dudding. It's not not stunting, but that's the dudding thing. And what it will do is it will actually stop your plant from developing what we're after. Either that, or you just didn't have a good overall cross, and your terpenes aren't where they should be. Yeah. Oh, is it frosty? So if there's actual trichomes on them, it wouldn't be Haas latent, because a lot of times that would have just lacked the amount of development. Yeah, it really just could be down to just not a good cross of the original the genetics from above. Like, it was the ugly child that never had a smell. That could happen depending on how the gametes pair up. All right, sorry to say that. So,
oh, you good? You good? Yeah, I was going to say, man, to see more about this run, I mean, check me out on here. Say that 420 buds. Like I said in the comments, you mean, I'm in Trentdale right now, so Warden's calling my name. I got to get finished with that up before they get too bad on me. But I just wanted to come on here and show you my runs and get your advice.
Yeah, man, those are looking good. Like you said, that's the next thing. That's your next big step is going to be to get lights that have a better coverage, so you could actually get an equal intensity across your whole tent. Because right now you're getting the most intensity just really underneath those. So once you get that, then you can then your yield's going to go up too, and then everything's going to, and then you could it just grows from there.
Yeah. That's my next step.
It's looking good, man.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna stay on, but everybody have a good night. I'm watching the crowd.
Cheers, man.
All right, cheers.
Yeah, no, indoor, outdoor. I hear you on that. When I have to go buck my 4x8, it takes like 3.5 hours sometimes to buck that 4x8. And that's just taking buds off the stems. That's not trimming. That's just taking buds off the stems and putting them in the 5-gallon pails. And I've seen you have a fairly large grow area, so I can imagine it probably takes you a bit of time to do that with all those. Hey, what's up, Stoked? Hope you're doing well tonight. Oh, it keeps on automatically adding time, so it might be 7 hours now or 7.5. I'm just happy you guys don't hear it in the background. But yeah, anybody want to come up and show your grows? I gotta get to Bubba. You wanted me to show what you had posted. All right, that's looking good. You want the finished buds, the ones that you just put up on the 17th? Or do you have other ones up here to put? Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, no. There it is. Germinator, hope you're doing well. Boom. Those are looking good, dude. How much, which one is this? Okay, yeah, we can look for your Olympics on here. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah. This was right before you took it, wasn't it? Oh, let's go back. Nice. Yeah, you have a good amount of a good mixture. Yeah, some pretty good pictures of them that showed up. Did you use a handheld microscope, or what did you do? Or was one's this one? This is Moby Dick 1. Yeah, you have a good amount of cloudies in that one too. That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool when you see them like that. Yeah, it's looking good, dude. So are you trimming that up now, or is it still hanging? Oh, there you go. Sorry. I got you up now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, I'm driving. It's easier to do this than texting. Yeah, that's hanging right now. It should be tomorrow to Saturday, hopefully, sometime in there. I chopped it last Monday, so should be getting close.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, would you use like the handheld microscope to do that? Bubba? Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, did you use the handheld to do that?
Yeah, that was one of those Amazon handheld microscopes.
Like these things? I could never get those things super clear. I was always like no matter like how hard I do it, it'd be like shaky.
Yeah, that's the hard part for me too. Is I basically just jam it up against the bud and get a picture real quick. Because otherwise, I drink too much Monster. I guess I don't know. I just shake terrible.
Why do you say that? When I drink a lot of Monster too, and that might be it. It might be all shaky from that.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was. I took that picture. I think those close-ups. I think I took it last week, right before I chopped it. It would have been like I think Wednesday or something maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, it turned out really well. That was my first run in cocoa.
Oh, the Moby Dick.
Yeah, I did a Moby Dick and a Purple Punch.
Oh, okay, that one as well.
Yeah, I didn't take any pictures of the Purple Punch hanging.
Yeah, you got Purple Punch up here. You got Purple Punch up here.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Here, yeah, I'll put that one up again here quickly. Yeah, that was the first one. Was the Purple Punch. You actually had some good, really clear ones on the Purple Punch.
Yeah, the trichomes were incredible in that. It was really frosty.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I got the cuts from another guy that was in that 420 grow off, and he couldn't remember who the breeder was on it, so it's kind of a letdown, but kind of excited still.
Yeah. And that's where you got this one from?
Yeah, those were cuts from one of the other guys in that. I got them from Maine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Heck yeah. So I was pretty excited because that was, like I said, my first run in cocoa. I was happy that it turned out pretty well. The only downfall I had was some gnats.
The which?
I got gnats really bad, fungus gnats.
Oh, yeah.
And I think what that was I was trying to salvage an aloe plant. So I threw it in my tent and get some light because, in the Midwest, you don't get a whole lot of light this time of year. And I think it had fungus gnats. Kind of fucked up everything.
Yeah. A good way. Gnats a lot of the times could be kept at bay with like as long as the watering isn't overdone. And you could also deal with gnats again with DE. Putting just DE into your base because that will help from them getting up and above. But watering, I've had them in the past too, and I know that I mostly got them because I kind of overdid the watering.
Right on. And that could be too because I had a couple of weeks there. I had to wait to get a shop vac to suck out the bases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was using a turkey baster to pull all the fluid, the runoff out. And I'm sure I left a little bit in the bottom here and there. So
they thrive in wet environments, so that's the problem with them.
It could have been from that too. I don't know.
I know that there are beneficials, and I know that Wesley knows exactly what beneficials could do with gnats outside of just the plain overwatering. Like, is it nematodes that would deal with gnats?
Yeah, well, there's two ways to go at it. If you're going to keep your medium wet, then you want to go with the nematodes because they need to travel through moisture. But if you're going for dry outs or dry backs, go with the Hypolaspis miles. They'll crawl around and they'll feed on organic matter as well. So if there's not a fungus gnat bloom after they're done, they won't just die and go away.
Okay.
I believe their name is Stratio S now on like Arbico or wherever. I like evergreen growers. You're in the United States.
Yeah, I got them right in the middle of flower, and I did that diatomaceous earth on the top, and then stuck out some sticky traps and kind of got it under control. But
with what indoor outdoor just said, the mosquito bit. So does BTI actually work on fungus gnats?
You got to go real heavy on the dose.
Because the BTI, I know what. Yeah.
My problem with BTI is that it's not like something hunting it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's why I've always liked the predators when I had to deal with stuff. Like a couple years ago when I had thrips, I went to Camaros to deal with the babies, and it dealt with it really, really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, they were. Mosquito bits, it's very weak of a dose.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to jump back into chat. I'll be listening. I got some driving to do.
All right, man. You have a great evening. I'll see you in chat. What's up, Moonwater?
Overwater.
Just chilling.
No. Oh.
And he's right. It is, overwatering is 100% to do with frequency, and it's because overwatering is actually what you're doing is you're lacking oxygen to your root zone. That is the problem that you're causing, and that's why frequency is where you have that problem, because you're lacking oxygen for too long of a period of time.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I believe that it's frequency. It is amount, definitely. Like if you're going to go frequent, you got to just do the daily dose. Like if your max is 2 gallons, then you're going to want to go half a cup a day and still get that perfect dry moisture with this oxygen but moisture.
Yeah, when I mean frequency, I'm talking about you take your 5-gallon pot, for example. You water your 5-gallon pot, and then the next day, when it's still 3/4 moist, you now water it again, and then the next day you do it again. That's where you get those issues, because
you don't want to keep it 3/4 the whole time.
Right. No, I hear what you mean though. If you're doing smaller amounts, then yeah, then it's a little different. But I don't know that style, so I don't even know how to comment on it. So, dude, this has exploded.
Yeah, it's nice pheno expression where you got the thin leaves, the hybrids, and then the Afghanica.
Oh yeah. Well, this one's a different strain. Let me check the strain out real fast. This one's a different strain here. This is my only Afghanica one.
Oh, okay.
This is just kind of like my pollen shucking. I just was seeing what the strain or germination rate was, how good the seeds were, and it just started growing. I figured, well, I'll keep it just in case I get too many males, and I ended up did, so we threw it in. Yeah, no, great pheno. I like. You can see the 3 here are pretty much the same ones, and then we got 2 over here that are a lot longer with internodal spacing, and then this corner one. Got the internodal spacing, but it's a lot bushier, like these ones here versus. But they're pretty cool. These are the Jack Tripper. This one is smelling like lemon Jolly Rancher. And
that one right
this
there?
one,
Nice.
yeah, this tall one here, like lemon Jolly Rancher to a T. And he said lemon candy, so it's like and then this is like a linen, like a lemony linen, kind of, I guess. It's weird. These 2 aren't really smelling yet just because their crystals aren't. What I do is I come up, because these are all crystally, and I'll just kind of rub it like that. You can get a nice terpene expression. But you're not smoking those. And then this one's kind of like a lemony Fruit Loops. But more on the Fruit Loops.
And that's not the same
pretty
genetics
frosty,
at all. It's something you made that's coming out lemon.
Yeah. Well, this one, the mother plant was lemon drops, like the candy.
Right.
Crossed with like potty mouth. Yeah, this is Shulgar Village crossed with Cash Village crossed with potty mouth from Humboldt. And then these are the F1s from that. Yeah, and then this one's kind of more sativa, I guess. The parents were. Because the Afghans, they got sativas too, or skinny leaf varieties. Tall, skinny leaf.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a full broadleaf at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I prefer for my
They're
structural.
For indoor, I like it kind of internodal space like that, but it's just, I think I use a lot of nitrogen too because I'm new to the cocoa. But it's hard to say. I'm learning. What I want to do is get a clone of its fire and then just keep running it and seeing, because then you'll know you've got 9 weeks or 10 weeks so you can adjust your feeding. Because now I'm like, willy-nilly because he says they're anywhere from 9 to 13. So these ones I think are 9 and these are 13, which makes sense because these were all a couple weeks behind in flower when they transitioned.
You don't have these backed up yet?
Yeah, they're clones. I got clones of all of them.
Okay.
I don't have clones of that because that was just a tester, but yeah, I got clones of all of these and they're good clones too, so we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I ask because I see it too often where people do the pheno hunt and then they don't save the clones. It's like, what was the point of the hunt?
Yeah. No, I got the clones. Well, I lost my Mac 1 this year, so
I always kick myself in the ass. Like, if I don't have the keeper, the cut of the one that that's jiving with me, I'm like, what a letdown, dude. I'm like, oh my god, it's the end of the world right now.
So jump into a 3-month fucking re-veg.
Oh my god. Dude. Yeah, then the like honeymoon period's clearly over.
Right. It's a great option if you really did that. You found something that you would never be able to like. You'd be like, I need this thing. I no matter what, right? Then yeah, but
last
it's a
resort.
bit of a pain.
Yeah, last resort for sure.
I just remember.
So I flipped them when they were that tall.
1 foot. 14
Yeah, about
inches.
a foot, and they've gotten at least 3 feet in stretch, maybe 4.
Which that's about the
In the back.
spread I would get on my beds.
You topped them though, right?
Yeah, these were top ones.
Oh, they were. Okay. I was just wondering
Yeah, you
if
can see the
these were all
4.
leading heads that decided to take off on you.
Well, so I just topped one. So that's one of the tops. That's one of the tops. That's one top, and that's one top. And then it's got a hollow spot. And then you can see the 4 there too. So I'm not sure how I'm going to run it next time. I was thinking maybe
Smaller trellis.
maybe top it. Well, what I was thinking is top it and then top it again, get it going good, and then flip it, because these are such stretchers. And that'll give me that'll give me 8 tops per plant, and I'll do 12 plants. And then it'll kind of do this whole thing. Yeah, I think that's how I'll do it. Because I didn't know how to do it with these. He said just to run them and see how they do, because they're stretching full. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. And that's what I'll do, I think.
Indoor, outdoor. You lose that pheno, you're rarely going to find it. Like, you might find something close, but you're never finding that one again. Yeah, it's genetics.
Man, I had a gazerpal.
Even a twin, like in human genetics, a twin's not the same.
Yeah. You have, I think, cannabis. I think it's either 10 or 12 different gametes. So you got to think of like all the different possibilities that could happen.
That's thousands.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's why I always say get
if
that.
You got like some fucking, I don't know, F7s or something, back cross 3 times or something, you might get pretty fucking.
Well, you're gonna get stable that way, but
yeah, you'll get close. It's still not. Every seed's not going to be the same seed.
But how many people fucking breed their genetics so their seeds are that stable? I haven't met many.
Well, that's why genetics aren't what they used to be, because people would take 7 years to make a true F1, which is in like a F5, F7, and then using that to cross and make something new from a true F1. Like, they had 2 true F1s, picked out a male, picked out a female from 2 different lines, and then honing it in from there, because there's less expression, instead of everyone just jamming whatever they want together. An F1 seed.
Well, a lot of it too is back in the day they were more closer to their land race, you know what I mean? Because they were coming off of the ships from Afghan and fucking Thailand and Colombia, so more land race. And then we fucked with them for a long time, and now by the time we got them, and everybody fucked with them, this Herm City.
Well, I would think that there's more Herm City in land race and crap. Like, you talk to anybody who does land race, like preservation, it's hell in the beginning. The genetic pool is a mess. The stability is a mess.
Some land races.
For a lot of it.
I've never had one in Afghanis. I've never had them in Afghani. I've run so many Afghanis. But they say like the Acapulco Gold, that's for Herman, and that's got a lot of land race in it. And yeah, no, there definitely is in some strains for sure. But it's like 25%, they say, because it's part of their preservation in the wild, I just rolled the dice good.
Start, not a strain.
Hell yeah. Well, this is what I got, fellas.
It's looking awesome, man.
Yeah, it looks good.
Every
Oh,
week
yeah.
is like now you can't see any floor anywhere. It's gone. Now you just have plants.
Oh yeah. Well, these ones kind of encroached big time into these ones. So, what I was gonna do next time is go to Harbor Freight and get some of those rollers like we had when kids, you know, and put them on this, and I can roll my thing around just a little bit, you know, so I
Yeah.
can get these outer edges and stuff.
And the backside.
Yeah, I think the backside's pretty good, but yeah.
It's in my tent situation where I can't pull my tent out, so I'm kind of stuck. And the backside is a pain in the ass. I kind of have to go sit up behind it and then work on my plants sitting on the ground because I'm like stuck in a corner.
I gotta crawl through this motherfucker to
Yeah,
get through there now.
yeah, exactly. You do a lot of lying down on the floor.
But that's why I put those tall because I did have a tall one here too, but it turned out to be a male. And I could tell they were going to be short and tall, so I put the tall ones back there so I wouldn't have to get in there and prune as much. And I put these ones here because they're going to be more maintenance, you know.
Yeah.
But
that was one of the number one reasons why. Like, I wanted plant count was the biggest one, but for me, going down to having the bigger, like smaller plant count but bigger plants was big reason was for getting around in training, because I have to do everything from underneath, like you just said, by doing it that way. It's just a pain. You're trying to dodge around 4 different pots.
speaking of plant count, we were looking up plant count and stuff for the States, and they upped our limit to have 99 pounds in our personal house of homegrown.
Nice. Yeah, that's what it should be.
I know. I'm like, it was 50, but they doubled it. So now it was 1 ounce you could carry and have 50 pounds. Now it's 2.5 ounces you can carry and have 99 pounds at the house. It's like, fuck yeah.
Oh, you can carry that. You can carry that much. Like, that's a lot. It's cool that they're allowing that. That's
so you can buy that much.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But I honestly think, I don't know why there should be really limits on like what you grow at home. As long as you're not growing it all and then having, like you said, 50 pounds of it and then moving 50 pounds of it to somewhere else then at that point, like, what is he doing with that 50 pounds of weed? Of course, you're going to have to worry about that, right? But being able to grow like, for example, everybody, you have your garden on the internet, like your outdoor garden, that lasts you most of your year, and you need to have a bigger supply. It sucks to be held down by an amount count, even though you grow in enough to try to last you all year long.
Well, that provides enough for 3 families. That provides it for me, my parents, and my sister and her fiance or whatever.
Exactly.
No limit on.
So we each usually get about 15 pounds. Yeah. Punish me for being a good farmer.
Yeah.
Well, there's some states where you're allowed 12 plants and only allowed 2 pounds of fucking weed at your house. So it's like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not sure how. Yeah, it's really weird with those and stuff. I just try to not talk about how much weed I have in my possession because it just always stays at home anyways. It doesn't go out anywhere unless I'm taking my own 8 with me to the beach or wherever I'm going, right? Like it's.
Oh yeah, no, I never carry more than like a fucking 1/8 or 1/4 of ground up weed with me, you know, something I can huck out the window if I have to, you know.
Well, exactly. But no, that always
ain't like that anymore.
Yeah, and the amount of times I don't think they're really gonna, as long as you're not selling it or doing that's the biggest issue is when you start getting involved with that.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is that actually the rule indoor outdoor? Yeah,
was that? I don't
yeah.
Just
know.
what you get off of that. Like they grow 10, 15 pounders in Northern Cali and Oregon.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you're using it for the purpose that it's intended for, then it. But no, that
I
makes
think
me.
it
If
is
that's
an herb.
true. What's up?
Oh, nothing.
I mean, can you legally get reimbursed for it?
For what?
For your overhead? Like if you gift an ounce to someone over 21, they can reimburse you for your time?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. But if you gift it, I mean, you're gifting the weed, right? And if they want to give you a tip for your time, I don't know what would be wrong with that.
I don't think you're allowed to have any monetary. I think the rule is like there's supposed to be no monetary exchange. So I don't know if that's a loophole. It's not something I play around with. Like like for example, me and Ragin will send weed back and forth because we're both in Canada, right? But it's always like try this and try that. We're not paying each other for it. It's just a gift.
What about trade? Like, I'll trade you this quarter pound if you pick me up 5 fucking 2x4s and a door and thing of nails and.
I'm pretty sure they convert that into like first the monetary value and then to that.
Yeah,
so they would consider that. Yeah.
Well, because that's how the medical system
my house
worked. It was all about reimbursements.
Yeah.
And like it was just a weird way that you legally word things because words are contracts. And so if you're talking about reimbursement for your time, you're not selling a product, you're not getting reimbursed for your product, you're getting reimbursed for your overhead, your electric, your time.
You're breaking even. Yeah. Non-profit.
Yeah, those are my overages. Like I can do what I want with them. And like everybody needs access to herbs, so don't hate.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing fucking cannabis fucking, what do they call that when you bring like a set of webinar but in real life? Because I'm going to be digging up all my holes and mixing soil and stuff. So I was going to see if there's people want to do outdoor around here and then charge them like $100. And then we do it because they're for knowledge, you know what I mean? And right. Labor. I'll charge them to do labor. You know what I mean? Like the whole painting the whitewash the fence, make it look fun, and then the kids will come and do it. Because I'm not the best grower, but man, I can sure grow some outdoor plants.
Yeah, you have nice outdoor plants, dude.
Well, the sun does it. I'm just kind of facilitating.
But like they're pretty much on average. They're about 5 pound plants, 3 to 5.
Yeah, that not last year, but the year before they were fucking 4.5 to 5.
Nice.
Now I can say what they really are because 50 pounds ain't my limit. Because I was pushing like 47 pounds there one year. It's like, shit, that's too close to 50 pounds. Because my goal is to get 50 pounds. It's like, you motherfuckers only gonna let me do 50 pounds. I'm gonna get it. I never got it. I only got 47 one year, but that's still a lot.
Yeah, man.
That's like 16 pounds per family member.
What a joke. Any government telling you what you can't do in your own privacy. Like just
plant count?
Just jerking me off, dude. Anything to what I can consume, what I can do, how I can raise my family, what I buy, what I sell, get off my ass and get out of my life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The revenuers. Well, what sucks about Nevada is you cannot grow cannabis in Nevada if you live 25 miles from a dispensary. So
yeah, what
80% of Nevada can't grow. 80% of Nevada can't grow.
Is it dispensary or is it a dispensary that holds that specific I thought it was what I thought it said that the dispensary has the strain that you are growing. You're not allowed to do it. But if it's...
That's okay. So that's only for medical. If you have a medical card, you can say they don't have the strain I want, so you can grow it. But if for recreation, if you live 25 miles or closer from a licensed retail outlet, was the termination I think they used.
What a joke, dude! I'd be at my my town council going, hell no, I don't want you in my town.
Hell yeah! Well, I live 50 miles from a dispensary, so I'm good on that. And there'll never be one where I'm at.
That right there would be maybe the only reason I'd ever do a breeding in quotation product. If I had to have a rule like that, I'd be like, fine, I'll just make a fucking cultivar you guys can't have, then, and I'll just grow it. You guys won't ever carry it.
Well, no,
but the thing is,
this exact cut is what I need, and you guys don't have this exact cut.
Exactly, that would be the only time.
I mean, that would entail like genetic markers and the genome. And
that's too much that you won't even think about breeding.
And utility.
How can they tell you?
It's just a joke.
Yeah.
That's like a doctor telling you that your back doesn't hurt. They can't tell you if your back hurts or not. They can guess, but it's like saying, well, this strain is going to do this for you. And you're like, well, no, it doesn't, but this strain does, Well, according to our sciences, you're wrong.
How, if they didn't create it and then not release it and you got it, then that's one thing. Like if it was stolen out of their facility, but like the second genetic plant material gets out, it's been forfeited. Like anybody who sells seeds knows that they're selling the genetics for you to do what you want. Once you own them, once you buy them, you own them.
Oh yeah.
So like where they get the genetics and then I mean it's just like so ridiculous that someone would say like, well,
that's like Irie. He's like, yeah, man, fucking you buy my seeds, fucking breed them. Hell yeah. See what you can do with them. You get some good shit, send some back,
Yeah. It's insanity. You buy them, you own them.
I like how I want to go to smell
now,
that.
I can see cuts.
Anything right now. What's up?
Oh, that sucks.
It has to be a cut
now getting my smell back.
I just got sick again yesterday. I just started getting bad again. Fuck. And then this Tango Mango is so like really, really nice to smell. So I always, whenever I grind it, try to smell it before I roll it up. And I was like, oh, I can't smell that now.
I got nothing too. Every weed jar is
Hey,
blind.
Matt.
What's up?
Hey, you were right, man. I was fucking Googling it. But I never noticed anything with that potassium silicate raising my pH. But yeah, it said that the silica dioxide doesn't raise the pH.
Well,
but the armor side that I had, it would. I remember from GH.
Yeah. Well, the only reason why I know that the silicon dioxide doesn't is because I remember at one time, I know that Motley was actually on the live too, but I don't know if you were there, Wesley. I think there was a few people there, and they were like, and I was talking about the silicon dioxide, and they're like, oh yeah, that will put your pH. I'm like, no, I don't. It hasn't in the past, and I did it. I took a thing of water, I put my probe in it, and then I checked the pH, showed everybody the pH, and then I put the raw silica dioxide in there because that's what they use for their silica. Same pH, didn't change. I would do it again, but my silica's at the other place.
Yeah, I mean it hasn't been processed down. The pH reaction is from the chemicals to extract and make it active.
With the potassium silicate, though, I was saying this earlier, the potassium itself will have a higher pH because potassium is often the pH up that we use in hydroponics. Just like phosphorus is often the pH down that we use.
Exactly. Exactly. One of the homies was saying that everyone's always worried about phosphorus in their grow, but they're using pH up, and everybody's getting phosphorus, and they don't even know it.
Yeah. Oh, pH down.
Exactly what you were saying. Yeah. Yeah, it's in its raw element. It's not reactive, really.
But it's also, and I did mention though that if you use silicon dioxide, you do need a microbe layer because it relies on the microbe layer in order to release this acylic acid into the plant. The reaction happens in the root zone that for the silica.
Yeah, it's a raw mineral. It has to. Yeah, exactly. It needs enzymes and amino acids to create that process. And chelators.
Whereas when you do potassium silicate, I believe that process can happen through how the potassium is uptake. You can actually uptake it that way, and then that's the silic acid. If you can give it that to your plant's the best source because that's totally uptake, right? What products have that though?
Salicylic acid.
Yeah.
Aloe.
Oh, aloe.
Willow.
Aspirin.
Willow.
And
Yeah,
aspirin also, right?
People throw aspirin in a res. But you don't need to do that.
No. Yeah, we were chatting about that earlier in levels.
Willow.
How's it going? How you doing?
Oh, I'm escaping trim jail so I can pretend to show my garden.
Hope your scissors are soaking in alcohol.
I'd be lying if I said I held them in my hand for more than 5 minutes so far in this trim jail. This is
Nice. There you
go.
Yeah, it almost looks like a KFC bucket, but it's of weed instead.
I thought it was
a solo cup.
Nice.
It's a good solo cup.
I was like, shit, you got a super realistic pillow.
Have to be comfortable.
This is the maybe stuff. Might keep it, might not.
Oh, I see.
We'll go through that one again. Well, some of these look not bad. Bag to be worked on. Bag getting worked on. This is the keep pile. This stuff will be sure to get into the scale.
Yeah. Nice. You guys looking like you guys got a fair bit going on there. That was a 1-3x3?
No, this was out of the 4x4, the blue sunset.
Was it
sugar.
4x? I thought.
Yeah.
Damn.
I thought it was time delay. Oh. Yeah. Alien treats, getting ready to go outside.
How many cats do you have?
Oh, one.
Damn, your cat's spoiled.
Yeah. Well, we've had as many as 3 in our lives.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Yeah. Fence are open. Guess who's in there? Starting here. Got this one coming along quite nicely.
Nice.
Very stout. It's about to come through.
Oh, there you go.
That one is Hulkberry. And this one is Divine Madness. And tomatoes. Peppers. You got a few pepper. There's the pepper.
Pickled peppers.
Nice.
This is the purple ghost candy, just a little 8 cola one.
You like that one though?
Yeah. Well, we're thinking about doing the pheno hunt, and I was thinking these are feminized seeds. What am I really going to see that much of a difference?
You could.
So we'll test this one. And if it's fairly similar, you know, on the terpene profiles, we'll just say we can just plant it anytime we want.
Yeah, it's you will have slight variations because every seed is a child.
Yeah. But it only really has to be close, right?
I mean, depends on what metabolite you get accustomed to. You might not find that created in another seed.
I bought 30 more. We'll see.
But that's how you do it. You want to hunt through multiple packs.
These are feminized seeds.
Yeah, even in feminized, because you start getting recessive traits, things you didn't even know. Oh, jeez.
This one gets a default tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Look at this. It's almost like a box, dude.
Well, it's how it's supposed to be.
That's awesome. Oh, I know. That's so awesome. It's like you can see the actual box structure as soon as it hits that. That's really cool. Nice work. Yeah, that's
mainline, right?
Pardon me?
Mainlining? That's that?
Not really a main line, no. It's just,
no, all right. The other one wasn't it?
A variation of a main line. It's not a true main line because it's, you know, I took those 4 instead of going just 2, then 4, and then 8. I went 4, then 8.
Yeah.
So it's a variation of it.
Right. Yeah. No, I like it. Really,
it always promotes good colas, right?
Yeah, big time. You just get massive blues as well, like Cambion layer, where all the nutrient uptake and the water. Once you fatten those stems up like that, they absorb more.
You see the spiral happening, right? The spiral's already happening on those. Those are going to be big fat colas.
Hopefully. This is day 20. And this one is day 22. Colas look much bigger on this one already.
But the purple ghost candy went how many days last time? It went longer, didn't it?
Oh, no, it wasn't that long.
Kitty.
Those are for her.
Oh, I see.
This is the cat that she can chew on that leaf 30, 40 times and it'll look the same.
Oh, that's right.
She more or less just runs her teeth along it. She doesn't actually.
My cat would eat the leaves.
Man, that's absolutely going to elicit a systemic acquired resistance. It's going to put on more metabolites to protect itself. Just like
from the feline
insect frass and the chitin, that's doing the same thing. The plant is like getting attacked a little bit and it's putting defenses on.
So Swazian does the same thing?
Potentially. I would think
this one was 2 weeks out of the solo cup when we put it in flower.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2 weeks what?
Out of the solo cup. As soon as we come out of the solo cup, it was in this one for 2 weeks, then flower.
Nice.
Not going to get a lot of weight, but this one's about how it tastes. See if it tastes like the last purple ghost candy.
Yeah, that's what I was. Sorry, and did you say how long the last one went for in flower?
I'll have to go look it up on the calendar, but I don't remember it being a long one.
Oh, I see.
Probably less than 70.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if you have the time on that one looks like it wants to spiral and get good on you. But I just wanted to make sure.
We're only day 20. You know, we haven't even had a defoil yet. You look at it from the top, it looks like it's got a lot more leaves. But honestly, I may
Iris
not
said
even
that
be for this one.
spiraling. Yeah, no, it's got nice internodal spacing.
This Divine Madness had 0 internodal spacing. That's 5 nodes already within 1 inch.
Oh yeah.
But it's untested.
Yeah, she looks hardy.
It's so funny. That's 5 nodes. She is definitely going to stay spot.
Well, give it a chance to get really big, I guess.
Yeah, I was listening to Irie, and he said that spiraling is too much nitrogen. Have you heard that? Because I had spiraling in my outdoor last year, and I was all happy for it. And now it's like,
No, it's just the way the buds are forming on the actual sides. When you have internodal spacing and the way that it is, they'll just grow that way up the size of the cola, depending on it. It's to do with the spacing.
well, I know, but if you had too much nitrogen, then your internodal spacing will be higher, possibly, and then you'll get a spiral versus shorter in the stack, maybe. I'm not sure.
I've also noticed
I was like, that don't make sense.
This growth also happens. I notice more often with clones than it does with seeds. Was this a seed or this was a seed, right?
It's a seed.
Yeah.
But where do you know where like they grow and it looks like it's been like a side branch the whole time? Like I noticed clones will grow like that and sometimes bud like that too.
Where they only got one node instead of 2 coming off.
Yeah, but and exactly.
Yeah, I'd say I see that in a lot of clones. Like this one, I don't know if you remember the start of this one that you didn't think was going to live way back when you were visiting. That's this plant.
Oh, sweet, dude! I that's crazy. I really didn't think it was gonna live. That's doing really well.
So with clones like that you're talking about, is it all about where you cut the clone from to get that kind of growth rate? Like if you take a top versus side branch?
Yeah, I think so, because I personally get it with my clones, and I take all my clones from the bottom. I take clone because I don't really care to take it from the top, and they are better clones, but I get the same kind of results on the lower, so I kind of just do it as I lollipop.
Plus, if you have humidity problems, it's better to have that, stack on the internodal space like that.
Thanks, Sab.
Yeah, but if you're pushing your nitrogen to where it's actually stacking like that, you're going to have mold problems no matter what, because you got hollow cells, because there's no calcium, because you're pushing your nitrogen. So your plant's already susceptible to mold. You're just in a bad place.
Yeah. Innocent taste harsh.
Ooh, no good.
Well, it's time for me to get back to trim jail.
She's waiting for you down there. She's like,
oh yeah. She's keeping an eye on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did when I did the clones.
This is taking a break bullshit.
So much more
I had cut the tops and left the bottom 2 or 3 branches, and that's what was left behind when they're in flower, and then I just kept the top. They were harder to clone though than bottoms. I think bottoms were easier.
Well, this looks okay.
You find them they're easier?
Putting really nicely.
I thought so.
Thank you.
I'd always take them like that with the Mac.
Yeah, I'd always just take the bottoms because yeah, exactly. I didn't want to touch the top of my plant. I was like, fuck it, I'm taking these off anyways.
Well, the old fucking technology, the old book said that there was better hormones on the bottom branches for cloning, I thought. Or maybe it's backwards. I don't remember. But I thought it was
the better would be at the top because that's where you're going to have more oxen. Because the auxin is on the leading edge, is on the driving edge of your
Yeah, but you're
branch.
not getting the top. You know, you're fucking what 4 inches down from the top. So is that going to be the same auxin?
No,
that's going to be like
they're going to
more
be different. They're going to be
hardier
not.
stems.
Yeah, there will be less. But yeah, the top is the best. If you can go to there, top your plant, just top your plant, take that just one clone, that will be the best. That's where all your oxidants and all your hormones are. So
nice. What about the top of a bottom? You know, that's the top. But then you'll get that.
You gotta go where the apical dominance is, and that's where the majority of those are going to be. Or that's where your most amount of oxygen is going to be. But again, like you just said, that you don't need to, and I'd rather just take it from the bottom because I'd rather just leave my tops where they are. Because a lot of times, if you're taking them close to flower, I don't want to be affecting the top of my plant at all.
Yeah, same. Plus, there's so many fucking branches that you're cutting off that look so good for clones. You know, when you're thinning it out and lollipopping and shit.
Oh, exactly. That's why I take it, because it is like that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, same. Because you cut them and you're like, man, it's hard to throw this fucker away.
Yeah. Yeah, Ace, I'm smoking on Tango Mango right now still. I haven't really, the only other, what else do I have? I got a half ounce of PLDOG still. And I have a half a pound of the Terpene punch, but I don't want to touch that because it still hasn't been a month yet. I'm going to give it a month of curing before I touch it. So that's why I'm just sticking to this one for now. Or I can smoke some of the weed that Short High sent me. Right.
I'm smoking that Gazerpal. It is so fucking good. The taste, the high is a little too stony for me because I wanted it more sativa. But other than that, it's so far. And it's one that I'm kicking myself in the ass for not cloning. But
yeah.
They had frosted outside, and then they came back from the frost. They did not look even like the regular plant when it was healthy. So I was skeptical of taking clones off of it because it was like mutated or something. Tastes good though. Yeah, I was thinking about what you said earlier about the 5-to-1 with the calcium magnesium. This stuff I'm using, it's 4-to-1, but then the calcium that's already in my well water, I figured that might be like, you know, pump it up to that 5.
Yeah, well, and I like with the ratios, those are the ratios that Harley Smith puts out as being the ideal for cannabis.
Yeah. So maybe one below and one above is pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was also going to say, because you were talking about other elements, your nitrogen to your potassium in vegetative should be 1 to 1.5. So basically, how would you put that in a natural ratio? I can't think of it right now. I'm so stupid. Be 1 to
well, if you're doing
2 to 3,
you'd be a 1 to 2.5 potassium.
Yeah. So, but I was gonna say, and then for flour, you want to do nitrogen to potassium ratio should be 1 to 2. There should be twice as much potassium when you're in flour.
Nice. Yeah, most of my outdoor is for the most part organic in veg, you know, and then I hit them with a bloom booster to try to tell them, hey, we need to flower because we got a short season. That's what I tell them. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. But I got that open sesame this time, and hopefully that works a little better.
How does that work? By the way, I always wonder with the sooner sauces and the other, like, how do those actually end up working on the plant?
Why can't you use organic water?
Like, when you hear people that talk about using stuff that like to promote flower to start sooner, like what are the ingredients that, or what is the actual reaction
let me go get it.
causing this?
It's the instant boost of phosphorus, I think, that causes internodal spacing and stuff, I believe. Because this stuff has the open sesame is, where's the numbers? 5, 45, 19. So I think it's just that fucking ridiculous amount of phosphorus, because that's what, is starting that transition. So I start using this stuff about the 2nd to 3rd week of July.
Okay.
And then I'm seeing bud sites by August. And usually if I don't do that, they don't start stretching until August. And then I don't see bud sites until the 2nd or 3rd week of August.
Yeah, even with,
but then there's some strains.
Sorry, I was going to say this is with similar cultivars, right? Like this is similar, same cultivars that you kind of seen it.
Just kinda. Because I'm trying to find that one fucking strain that I love. So I'm always growing different strains outside. But
I hear you.
Like I said, there was I had that Afghani strain. That fucker didn't want to start flowering until September because it was one of them fucking desert strains that could go till February or something. And that didn't care what I did. I was like, I ended up cutting that plant down because I didn't want to feed it anymore.
So why do you go non-organic boosters?
Because when it's organic, it fucking doesn't want to fucking flip. They're like, we're happy, we're organic, and we're just chilling, billing, And when you slap them with that fucking salt, it fucking shocks them right now. And I don't care,
You can slap them with bioavailable nutrients. It just doesn't have to be a salt ion. Why don't you get some organics alive?
Because I got the fucking, I already bought it. And I've been doing it for years, and it works. I've wasted so much weed by not being able to finish it.
I just don't understand the practice.
Why are you so fucking Nazi on salts, brother?
I'm just
you
like,
don't understand.
Why are you ruining your
what works for you is yours.
You're ruining it with salt nutrients.
Dude, my soil is so robust that using this shit for a week ain't gonna do nothing. And then I slap it with the fucking compost tea afterwards. So, I got it down. Yeah, when it's organic, it doesn't react the same. They're like fucking, they don't want to fucking flip. They're happy. You gotta shock them.
Yeah, I was just curious to what people do when they to get things to flip sooner outside. That's all with that.
That's what I do. I was told that by an old timer in Oregon. Told me that, and he said they use that dry cool bloom. So that's what I use. I bought a 2-pound bag of that, and that lasted me like 4 or 5 years. And then this year I'm using the open sesame because it looked good.
I don't know. I don't have
dude,
those
I got the fucking. Yeah. I'm okay with being Synganic.
Wesley, how's
counterintuitive?
Have you got your clones yet, or?
I'm told that they have roost.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're still waiting. Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to grow them out into 1 gallons, and I was like, dude, just give me these things. I want to pop them in. I don't want 1 gallon.
Yeah, you're ready. You're ready to go.
Yeah, I got
Well,
another.
it'll give your soil time to boost.
Well, it's a mineral mix. There's nothing hot about it.
Well, I know, but your microbes should be starting to take effect, right? If you got
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Things are rocking already. I mean, there's no plants in there,
Okay.
but I have the fungal hyphae has gone crazy.
So I was talking to a guy today about those, and he's doing what you're doing, and he's in flower, but his top is dry and his mycelium all dried out. And I was thinking maybe he didn't pack the corners good or with a good wicking material. Maybe he said he didn't use cocoa in the corners. Or
Which one, dude?
That's why I did. That's why I did.
He did it.
Got it.
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
Which one's this one?
Pheno number 2.
Nice.
Oh, that's what I'm
doing
talking
well.
about. Chronic. Yeah, Chronic's the one that's got the dry tops, he said.
I mean, I probably because I haven't been. Honestly, I haven't been doing the top water feeding every week. Just because I started with a 3.
Well, it should be wet. It should be wet though, right? With the wicking.
It's wet, but it's not like. I mean, it's damp. It's not. I'm just used to like how in veg it was. It was just different. I don't know. It's just it's only.
Oh
not
no!
as wet
There should be a huge mycelial mat in there. It should look like a fucking jungle of white under there.
I did a lot.
Yeah, there should be roots.
Well, it should be now too. That was the other thing I was going to ask you, Wesley. Are you going to do the cow pie feeding where you like mix up a slurry and then put it on top? Is that how you were going to feed, maybe? Nice.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get it a slurry, but I was going to mix my amendments and like
a cow pie
into the compost, and kind of make a patty, not a moist one, but
yeah,
and then throw that on top, and then sprinkle both on top of that even.
Yeah. You know what's up. That's how if I was gonna do organics indoors, that's how I would do it, like you, for sure.
Yeah, well, I want the like hydroponic medium, so I don't want the compost in my media. I want the compost on top so it can work like a deep water culture, and then just rage, organic. All the nudes are in the media, and then I'm going to do the liquid.
Well, and then your feeder roots will go crazy.
That's what it's about, having those feeder roots at the top and just keeping the herd coming by. Cattle comes by, they come back by, they eat, they shit.
Well, and that mycelium has a symbiotic relationship with the roots too, so you're able to get finer nutrients than just the roots itself. So it's like it's a good system. And so do you kind of pretend it's like a stomach of an animal or something, I heard it explained like that.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a stomach than it is an aerobic soil system.
Man, you got a lot of weight in here. Nice work.
Right, there's a simple brush. Like any way you do it, those boxes are really worth that.
Then the one in the middle really worked out for you, right? You were wondering how that was going to do it. I think that worked out well.
Yeah, they caught up. They did what I was hoping they would do. They not only caught up, but they passed up that one.
It's also better.
Caught up to that one.
Well, and they're growing even like they're pretending like there's not even a bar through the middle of them. So that's perfect. You got some good weight in here. You said what day of flower was this?
Let's see, 59.
Nice. You gotta take it. What are your trichomes? Have you started looking at them?
I got a scope. The lights just came on, so I'll be scoping them tonight.
Nice.
I'm not so worried about scoping this one or even this one or this one. The reason being is These are all green bags, so eventually they're going to look fade like that one. So these have a ways to go. This one, though, we could be looking at Saturday, if not a day or two longer. I don't see it going a week longer, but I guess it really just depends on the trichomes, like you were saying. You know, I got to keep scoping it by the day and night.
Hey, so
Well, you don't have to scope it all the time. You could just take a peek at it, see where they're at, and check it again in a few days. Like you're right in the range where you want to start looking at your trichomes. You may have a week or so to go. I like to always try to push plants if we can, right? But definitely start looking at them.
and don't be looking at sugar leaf trichome heads either, because
Right.
that's going to give you
They'll be amber.
an overrun.
Yeah.
You got to go for bud.
Yeah, good call, Wes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. I used to do it.
Yeah, you'll have 90% amber on the leaves.
Oh yeah.
That's why I make hash out of my fucking trim, because everything's fucking stony.
You have checked to make sure that one cola does not have any issues inside of it. The weird one.
Yeah. Oh wait, for him.
Oh yeah, this is the one that started polyploiding on you, isn't it? Was it you that had the polyploid?
Kind of looks like
Yeah,
it's
right
making
there.
steam.
Yeah, dude. It's been rocking. It's got a mohawk and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, just as long as you
Looks
make
like an
sure that there's
eye.
nothing weird going on inside of it, because you wouldn't want it to spread if there was, but it looks like it's just a.
Yeah,
Looks like it might be having
Looks
pushing
good.
out a little bit of white
Yeah.
hairs and starting to fade now.
And you could always cut that one first as a tester, if you was worried.
Doesn't seem like it's as ripe as like these ones though.
But it's
No.
just got a deficiency or a mutation.
Those are
Yeah, man,
nice
for your first
structural
indoor.
effects. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's doing great.
Yeah, that's the type of structure though. It's nice. Gets good yield too. I always like those.
I gotta take some pictures of this tonight. I like the fade. Right
Yeah,
now.
man.
Really nice mix of colors right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be, especially in a week and a bit, whenever like the other side starts to act like that too. It's gonna be quite nice. That's really cool. And because of the size of it, she's gonna do it at a good rate. It's gonna come on fast.
I thought it was only that close.
Yeah, look at that chunky one right there.
Yeah,
There's a-
long time
you got-
coming, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's a football there.
Nice. Nice color on that too. That's a nice fade out. This is gonna be really nice when those finish up for you, dude.
Yeah. Cookies fades to black a lot. Or a lot of cookie crosses. Gelato. Sherbet.
I think Mac is a cookie cross, ain't it?
It's got it in
That
there.
would fade black just a little bit. Yeah.
American alien cookies.
Yeah. I thought it was mother of all cannabis. That's what I was told. I'm just kidding.
Maybe for some. I'm so over it.
The what?
Yeah,
You
I
remember
wasn't
what?
sad about
Yeah,
losing it. Well, the thing I didn't like about it was the fucking high would, like, after 3-4 days of smoking it, you would build up such a tolerance to where it was just smoking it for the flavor, kind of. But yeah, it's tasty and smelly. I did like that.
Sam, I've never actually grown one that's gone black, completely black, all the way throughout. I know a guy that I grabbed weed off of before in my city that had something called Las Vegas Nights, that the bud was black with white, with this weird, it looked weird. It was like black bud with proper trichomes on it and proper colored hairs. But I don't know where the hell they got that or where they would have had got that from. And I would assume that if the bud was like that, then it's probably gone that way, that the whole thing did. Nice, that's cool. You've grown one that's gone completely black. That'd be interesting to see what type of cultivar would do that. Because because I know what you mean. Like I've had dark purple before, but yeah, never completely black.
I got some fucking granddaddy perp. Go ahead. Yeah, I got that granddaddy perp in like 2006. Nah, 2007, I think, in Sacramento. And that stuff was pure black and orange hairs. The only color it had on it was orange hairs, and it was just black. It was good. That was my only granddaddy perp I ever had. That was real.
Nice.
Ken's cut's all you need.
It might have been because it was from Sacramento, man. I was in the hood. I had to learn how to talk fucking hood weed. I had to go and be like, yo, you got trees? And he's like, yeah, what do you want? And I had to say, I want that rope. He's like, I got you. I was like, cool.
Yep.
And my buddy knew he had the fucking granddaddy perp. So.
Yeah. He was the king. You can get Ken's cut online.
Yeah, so this might be the last.
My
you
buddy
see of this
said,
one here, Matt.
What's up?
I said, so this might be the last you see of this one right here. If you want to take one more last look, I don't know if it'll make it to next Tuesday or not.
Well, he's looking awesome. You got some big chunky nugs on that, man.
oh yeah.
But
I'd keep your RHs a little bit lower.
Progress on the rest of these here. On the last three.
How much further ahead was this one by week?
I mean,
they were all the same time, were they?
This one's not even really purpling out yet. It's not really fading yet, but it's at least starting to change. You know, the green color, shade of color is at least starting to lime out or army green out.
I've had organic plants not fucking fade at all, just because they were just, you know, might have been me putting too much nitrogen in or something, but everything was fire.
I mean, there are genetics that just won't go.
somebody's wondering if you post on Reddit because they've seen a similar plant on there.
No.
Dude, New Zealand, they must have like the most perfect weed. Because they do everything perfect.
Well, that's where the beach is from. That was on New Zealand, wasn't it?
The movie?
No,
That movie?
This
Yeah.
is not. Sorry, I was not to with you guys. No, not to you guys. I was answering Jimmy John's question. It's not. He just has a polyploid that's acting up with shoot out the hairs. He just has to keep an eye on it. That's all.
Might people try this?
I would definitely look inside. I would definitely keep an eye on that because I honestly, the 3 out of the 4 times that that's happened to me on a bud, it's what it's been. So I would. That's why I mean that.
Yeah.
And the way the top is yellowing, that could be where the fucking mud, because when you get those moldy spots in the middle, you'll see yellow spots on the outside of the bud where it corresponds with the, the branch. Possibly. But you can open that bud up and kind of look in there. Don't
That's
worry
what I
about
mean to
missing
do.
trichomes
Don't
up.
do it in the garden.
Yeah. Because if that is in fact botrytis inside and you start drying, you could start to affect your entire yield.
Oh yeah, and those spores spread.
That's why when in doubt, just take it off. Look how many other tops you have.
Oh yeah, and if you said that's going to be down soon, just cut that one as a sample branch or something. You could make that one your quick dry. Put it in the jerky maker.
On my Tango Mango run, though, I did have one bud that kind of acted up weird. Didn't do that kind of coloration, but it the calyx never actually swelled. They were skinny all the way up that one stick, and that really had no taste, nothing to it. But it was only that one thing. But that's the only time it was never botrytis. The other 3 times was.
Colors is never good.
I'm hoping to get some leaf buds.
The ones that show up in right at the base.
The palm.
Yeah.
Yeah, right at the palm. Yeah. This strain's notorious for it. I guess the Jack Ripper was notorious for it, and then I've got some real crazy looking ones. Where that one leaf is coming out of the fucking palm.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, dude, you got a really good yield here, man. And you said, so this is his first time indoors, Boone?
Oh. Yeah,
I think he said that,
indoors, First time owning a tent.
Doing really well, man.
LED, lights and
oh yeah,
fans, humidifiers. I've been maintaining a VPD of 1.2 at night right now, and 1.5 during the day. Well, lights on, lights off. I mean, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's just really been all about that VPD, man.
Yeah.
Depending on the stage of growth, whether it was seedling or veg.
Well, you want to watch your humidities right now versus the VPD.
Yeah.
I mean, if my VPD
because a 1.2 is a pretty high.
My humidity is.
Well, I mean, it's your target to get up here, but now you're real susceptible to mold and bud rot and shit.
Shit, I'm going.
Whenever I had
airflow.
Since we're in the last couple weeks here, I'm moving that up to 1.8 during when lights are on.
There you go. That's a lot. That's better.
Yeah,
I would do 1.75.
1.2 is really. And 1.5 for night or something. Just because I've had it happen, and it's it sucks.
Anything over 65, day or night, is no good on humidity.
Yeah, I'm doing 63 right now in week 4. Trying to keep a 1.2, 1.3.
But they're talking about with timing too, right? I'll do 65% humidity until weeks 5 or 6. But now, like for example, my plants are in week 9 of flower. It's like 50, 47 to 50.
Yep.
And low temperatures at night. Like fucking.
Well, it's fucking been cold here in Canada.
As low as you can get them.
Regardless. It's been cold as shit.
I had a 64.
Yeah, my when we had that snow 2 weeks ago, that was my lights on temperature in my main tent was about 64, 65. It was fucking brutal.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's what I woke up to with the lights. I had the heater on too. My control, the humidity was high, so the fan kept pulling.
That's fine though, because you got your heater on, which is keeping your humidity down. Because if you get a humidity spike at 64, you're screwed. PM, come on in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's why I got 64. I was 64 because my plants were putting off too much humidity, and the AI controller was running on low to keep the humidity down, so that my temperatures just kept going, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's looking really good.
That's what's cool.
Rainbows.
Thanks for letting me show, Matt, and
man, it's looking
thanks
good,
for letting
dude.
me kind of show along, the journey along, because I think I pretty much started at the very beginning on here on your show, right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, we've seen this all the way through. That's why it was so awesome that you came up and showed that before it got chopped down.
Yeah.
And you can still come back and show the other side though too, right? Because you're doing really well. I'll see your progress.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember when you were just training that one out. That's when you were worried about the other two in the middle filling in the space.
Yeah.
Hey, so this is if you're in springtime coming up, these next round of plants, this next round, you'll notice that if you're vegging in early spring, the plants just go crazy. They're like vibing with outside. Things are sprouting. It's in the air. Things are changing.
Oh yeah.
It's a good time to be setting up.
And the moon starts pulling on them.
That'll be good.
Now that one's looking where you want it. Remember how you were sitting there worried about the other side?
It's just not as wet as like this one, but this one gets a lot of air, so that could be why, because of that thing.
Yeah, you might just have to do a little more top watering.
Yeah.
Just to compensate.
Yeah, stick with the weekly,
I tape up all the around
and sprinkle that bokashi.
Yeah. Fatty stalks, that's where to sit. Just piece out plants.
Yeah.
So how often would you sprinkle your bokashi on there, Wes?
I'm pretty much just gonna watch it once a week at least. Nice. Maybe you might get 2 weeks off a bloom, like if it's a good one and moisture stays there. But pretty much anytime it dies off, I'm just gonna do another sprinkle with a little bit of compost and just keep it rocking.
Yeah. So when you're done this cycle, when you're done your run, what you have in that earth box, you can just re-amend it and apply to it, or you.
Yeah, I think with the Organics Alive, I'm not gonna run into like a depletion of my mineral and nutrient kit. So I'll probably run them 3 or 4 times.
Nice. Awesome.
And then,
because that was kind of your style before, where you did the no-till before, right? But it was kind of reusing the soil and keep on going that way, right? Which I know a lot of people are interested in.
yeah, it was just easier to do a soil test with the big beds. You know, it was like I could get a better number instead of like each earth box would be a separate payment. But I mean, you're in a range, so I could do a soil test on one and guess on the others, and then with the Organics Alive, I'm just going to keep building more carbon into the system with nutrients attached to it.
Yeah, that's right. And so the Organics Alive is a carbon based nutrient system. Yeah, I was sitting there talking about. I was trying to figure out what it was based on earlier in the Discord channel. Somebody corrected me, so that is right. It's carbon based.
Yeah, it really is like the next level of organics. Like when I hear people talking about all the bad and slow and this and that of their experience with organics, it's like, okay, well this is beyond. Like this is ready to go. You can use it in a hydroponic medium. You can use it in cocoa. They have a whole line, and there's no biofilm, there's 0 heavy metals, there's 0 EC. So you never have to flush your medium, you're never going to build up a toxicity.
Are you talking about
is that stuff veganic also?
I mean, pretty much, because it's bacteria. You know, eating a sugar source and then spitting out nutrients. And then they freeze dry it.
Are you talking about Organics Alive?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I got the pink shit.
Yeah. They have transition, veg, bloom, finishers, calcium, all sorts of like energy products, fermented castor beans, fermented grains, for enzyme synthesis, like all this crazy chelation of amino acids and attaching to raw minerals and making them available, like in a fulvic and humic solution, which is the smallest molecule. So you get a huge molecule mineral attached to this humic or this fulvic, and it's delivered right into the system cell, and just delivered right to the system. So all of that energy process that it would be taking away from metabolite production is now free, because you're feeding these free metabolite boosters and these chelators, and so it's taking the load off organics and the time that it would take for biology to make that mineral, like we were talking about with your calcium, available. It's happening on a faster pace and then your carbon is holding it, so it's always there, ready, available, prior. And then what bogs down an organic system is that compost in the media. And until you get like a well-established fungal network where you're not tilling and worms are creating and roots are digging down, there's so much oxygen being created that it runs like a system that you can't get that in a 15-gallon pot. Like, so people know organics, but when you really get to the next level, you get the growth, you get the yield, everything's there. So for me, Organics Alive is like, you don't have to set up a huge soil system and get it ramped. They've done all the work, it's all available. It's pretty amazing. And it just makes sense to me because we're building soil. We're not trying to ruin it. And all ions are ruining the soil. That's why I'm a Nazi with bottled nutrients. Because there's just better ways.
It was because the Nazis invented it, maybe.
No, there's just better ways to do things. And I like
No, I know. I used to be big time like that, bro. But you know, I like to mess around a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what? I use all salts for my stuff, but I'm doing it into cocoa. I'm not doing it into the ground. I'm not doing it. And there's nothing wrong with doing it the way that you're doing it, Moonwater. It's there are on the commercial scale they use nitrates and phosphates so excessively, and that's what's causing most of the damage to our water ecosystems.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of that going for a long time.
You said when you were in Oregon?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everywhere. Like all that drain to waste, like that waste is not good.
No.
And so, like, what I like about the Organics Alive is that you can run it hydro. Your runoff, if you have any, is healthy, just like the SIP system with the probiotic, with the EM1 and the Bokashi. That will, if there's runoff, it's going to break down legacy chemicals. It's going to remediate toxicity and heavy metals in soil. It's going, you know, if there's biohazard spills, environmental problems, these things clear it. But forever, it was just the salt game. And we were running things right down the drain, flushing mad salt out into the toilet. I mean, I did it too. I'm guilty. Like, that's why I'm maybe a little more passionate, because I feel bad about the shit that I did. And now there's differences.
See,
if I want to keep learning, I just learn different organic methods and things that allow me to get at that edge.
Yeah.
I look at it as just like a little bump, you know, just like, boop. Okay, we're back to organics.
Maybe. I mean, all those sick people and all those places that had algae blooms and didn't know why when they were at the beach, their kids were getting.
I live in BC, right? So we do get algae blooms quite regularly, especially during the summer months up here. So yeah, I see it where I live. It is where I live.
Yeah, and you guys are black market legacy growers.
Yeah, well, it's also more from like
big
commercial big agriculture dumping.
For sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they're always the culprit.
Is that from the phosphorus or nitrogen?
Both phosphates and nitrates would cause
sulfates
it.
As
Both
well.
of them are causing
sulfates.
Them.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, because I know they were pushing stuff in Tahoe to try to keep growers from growing because they wanted to keep Tahoe blue or something.
Yeah, they shut a lot of people down with water rights and contaminants, and
the golf course has to be organic and all kinds of stuff.
Yo, Matt, I'm out unless you guys needed anything else. Wesley, Moon.
Peace,
no, man. It looks great. I can't wait to hear about how it turns out for you. If it's down before you come back, it's looking really good. I'd love to hear how it turns out.
For sure, man. Thanks again. Have a good night. See you guys.
And actually, with that, we're at 7:30, so I'm gonna end it at 7:30 Pacific time. We're gonna end it here. So everybody, you have a great evening. Until next week, have a good one.
Cheers.